An impossible wish? Nanika, make Ahsoka 1% less. Today, we're uncovering the secrets of everyone's favorite genie. No, not you. Nanika. Aww. Before Togashi spills the beans in the next chapters, which are totally coming soon.
Let's cross our fingers.
We know the rules, but we don't know the hows. So for that, we're putting on our thinking hats. She has 2 different powers, her Backlash ability and wish granting. We'll start with the Backlash. If you can't fulfill her requests, you and your most loved one, she gets a massive crush on the both of you. And the people you spend the most time with, you all get it twisted. There's a lot going on here. Mind reading, clairvoyance / remote viewing, telekinesis, quantum entanglement, subatomic manipulation. Yep, we're going deep into quantum physics for this one. So Nanika can discover your true love.
FBI, open up!
And the people you chill with. That's an astonishing level of mind reading. On top of that, she can instantly locate all of them wherever they are in the world. So, knows who you love, who you hang out with, and can dox you and your friends.
The 2 most important things that I look for are alignment with what we're trying to do.
Get out the way!
Invasions of privacy aside, how does she do it? This is where the quantum entanglement comes in. Quantum entanglement is a physical phenomenon that occurs when a group of particles are generated, interact, or share spatial proximity in a way such that the quantum state of each particle of the group. Okay, in English, take 2 particles. If they're quantumly entangled, when you measure the state of one, you will instantly know the state of the other, regardless of distance. Get it? Good. Now let's add some Nen to this and study quantum Nen physics. Emotion is super tied to Nen. Strong emotion even allows Nen to persist after death. So here's what we know. 1. Aura constantly leaks from people. 2. It's possible for auras to mix. 3. Your aura remains connected to you and your status regardless of distance. Reminder, that's why the Phantom Troop couldn't kill Kurapika, because his death would immediately kill Krollo. Love, being one of the strongest emotions, here's a hypothesis. Love creates a traceable Nen connection between individuals, and the same effect can be reproduced by spending a lot of time with someone. Combining all of this, here's a Nanika theory. Your aura always being quantumly entangled with you, she's tracing you through aura you leave behind via your emotional connections. Put a pin in that. For the murder method, you could think telekinesis, but given the quantum physics angle, let's say she's manipulating the strong nuclear force on a macro scale.
Say what?
Breaking that down, there are 4 fundamental forces: the strong force, gravity, electromagnetism, and the weak force. Physicists are great at naming things, so the strong force is stronger than the rest of them.
Get out the way!
It's what keeps neutrons and positive protons packed tightly in the nucleus, despite positive charges repelling. For the visual learners, if an atom were the size of a football field, the nucleus would be the size of a pea. That's how strong we're talking. So, Nanika theory extended. She traces your connections through quantum Nen entanglement and then extends the strong force to a macro scale, crushing you all to a subatomic scale. The twisting, same principle, but weaker because of the weaker emotional connection. Now, what you've all been waiting for. Those wishes. What can her wishes do? So far, she's done teleportation, memory alteration, healing, billionaire making, non-covenant revocation, murder, and kisses on the cheek. Upper limit?
The limit does not exist.
How does she do it? Well, we'll look at this with quantum Nen physics. Teleportation is obviously quantum tunneling on a macro scale. Look it up, it's basically just teleportation. Her healing? If she's not reversing time. Alternate option? She's restoring a body to its original condition based on DNA analysis. She already knows what a duodenum and a liver is, and I don't see any medical or anatomy textbooks around here, so this knowledge has to be innate. It would be literal child's play to heal someone by manipulating the atoms in their body via Nen. For everything else, Nen control over the building blocks of the universe should give her unlimited power, right? But she does have limitations, obvious and not so obvious. First obvious limitation, she has to touch someone to heal them. For someone wanting to be considered omnipotent, that's a pretty big flaw. Jesus didn't need to touch people to heal them. Controversial claim, Jesus greater than Nanika. A non-obvious limitation, either she can't or she'd prefer not to manifest objects out of nothing. When Yashua asked to be made a billionaire, she didn't make the money on the spot, but rather mind control some blimp pilots to bring the money.
I'm on a blimp.
So it's possible she's really bad at conjuration, or Aura obeys conservation laws. Matter and energy can't be created or destroyed, only converted, and even Nanika has to obey. Bigger limitation. Just like every living creature, Nanika needs energy to do her stuff. For positive wishes, she needs to sleep it off. For negative wishes, she needs to slaughter. Maybe her murders are just her version of eating. She eats your person and all your emotional bonds. Now we have a theoretical upper limit to her wishes. If she grants a positive wish that makes her sleep longer than her natural lifespan, or she grants a negative wish whose cost exceeds the total human population, both of these might essentially be a death sentence for her. Or best case scenario, she'd simply refuse to execute them. What kind of wish would that be? Nanika, make Hisoka 1% less horny. Okay, something easier. Nanika, make the viewer drop a like, leave a comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. For precision's sake, we have to say it's unknown if her abilities are Nen based. Would Togashi create a whole new power system? Yes. Yes, he would. And if her abilities are Nen based, do they follow the traditional Nen affinity rules? If so, I'd say Nanika's a specialist. Defending against her would probably entail having your own mastery of quantum Nen physics. Or commit to extremely hiding your emotions. Something like a super Zetsu. But we can't speculate too much here. Now, for the ultimate question. What's the true nature of Nanika? If we assume Nanika is an eye, we have more questions to answer. The Eye are gaseous beings from a dark continent who've driven people insane. Obvious first question, how do you defeat a gas? A strong breeze? A vacuum cleaner? A good... This is a serious question, so if you know how, leave some suggestions in the comments. How to eject an eye from its host is up in the air. The dangers of eye in general, maybe Elon Musk might have some answers, but he's... busy right now. It's even scarier when you think that maybe Nanika is a baby eye, and the adults on the dark continent might be even more powerful. But perhaps the most notable limitation on the AI's power?
I'm afraid I can't do that.
From Don Freak's diaries, the dark continent isn't described as living under a sentient black haze, sending all inhabitants insane as they make wishes willy-nilly against each other. The Eye are just one species amongst many. Either they are species that evolved to counter them, or they are species that are just plain stronger than them. And that's even scarier. The maybe strongest creature in the series we've seen so far is just one amongst many in its homeland. Remember those pins I told you about? Time to pull them out. Nanika and maybe the Eye are adjusted to humanity. Nanika makes demands to only humans and consumes only human life. Maybe because of the gatekeeper. Can it adjust to other sentient life? It's a codependent being of desire. It thrives off of emotional connections. So maybe asking how strong it is or how to defeat it isn't the point. That's the same greed and negativity that's killed countless people and sent so many insane. Maybe the right answer is to create healthy emotional bonds. To my absolute shock, the message of a shonen anime just might be, the way to victory is through friendship. Okay, that's it for the video. If I made any mistakes with the science and you want to correct them, and this is the internet, you would definitely want to correct them, just leave it in the comments. If you want to see another Hunter x Hunter video, you'll have to wait a bit because I haven't made it yet, but it's totally coming soon.
Let's cross our fingers.